Welcome, nerds, human and aliens alike. I am Josh, and you're listening to Nerd Variety Podcast.
And maybe watching it?
Yeah. You're watching it this time. Yes, you are. You're watching it.
Hopefully
So you can see us. You can see our faces.
And all of our cool stuff.
Yeah.
My new purple hair.
Yes, Hunter has purple hair now.
Yeah.
A lot has changed in 2020. We've all just barely managed to get it out with our skins.
We're not.
But I'm sorry, I did not properly introduce the other host here. We have Hunter Hagelin Rafferty.
Thank you. But I don't know if I'm gonna take that. How about Hunter the Haggle? Hunter the Hag. Hunter the Hag.
I don't think you want to go with hag. You're not a bird person that.
Right, how about just
uses
Hunter?
Magic?
How about just
no? It's got to be something weird in the middle.
Well, I'm trying to haggle for it.
I'm just hoping that my name is going to be Hannah. Help me, please, Hogan.
No, it's going to be Hannah. We also have the lovely Hannah Hold the Door Hogan.
That one's fair.
Well, unless you're a fan of a certain fantasy series.
I guess I'm not.
No, you're not.
Okay.
You should be though. Anyway, but yes, we're all here. Hope you enjoy seeing us, and we're here to talk to you about collectibles and things that you like, that you have, things that could be worth a lot of money, things that just mean a lot to you. And part of the reason for the video is that we wanted to show you what we got, because we all have as nerds and geeks, we've all have our things that we prize and we want to show them to you. So I think we'll start with
yourself.
Hannah.
Oh.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you're watching this video, you will see that I look very cozy. Which I am.
I
am very
cozy. You have
cozy.
too much stuff on. I don't know.
It is a little bit, but it's nice because I had my window open for my cat and it's like 50 degrees outside. So it's actually kind of nice.
Yeah, it is nice.
The main thing I have here is I have my repping my house. I have my Hufflepuff scarf and my Hufflepuff hair bow. Which I'm very happy about because my husband found them for me. Yeah, and it's hard to find Hufflepuff stuff because
it sucks.
Everybody hates us.
Okay, Hunter. No one asked you for one thing, and two, yes, Hannah is probably because the Gryffindor has the red and orange motif, and the Slytherins have their goth. The Slytherins and the Ravenclaws are all goth and stuff. So.
Yeah. No, the only time I've ever I think I've maybe mentioned this before. I think the only time I've ever really gone off on someone in Facebook comments was when they said that Hufflepuffs were just the scraps of all the other houses. And I was like, whoa, whoa, that is, I can't believe that anyone would call any human scraps, but still.
What if that was their name?
If they were the scraps?
Yeah, what if someone... Well,
that would be fine. That would be fine, but that person needs new parents.
Or just better friends. If that sounds like a nickname.
Yeah.
Could be. Yeah.
But underneath my scarf, I also have my Game Theory jacket from Game Theory on YouTube.
Oh, sweet.
So I've got dual layers of rep and merch here.
He's got merch.
Yeah. So I don't have a lot of clothing merch. I think this is basically all of it. I have a hat. That's a Hufflepuff hat. I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Any other items that you have?
I do have one other. Yeah. So this is something that I found the one time I've been to a con. I was at MomoCon and I found it and it was expensive, but I had to have it. And I still haven't put it on my wall because I don't really know how. Because I don't want to punch holes in it, so I think I need to find a frame. But it's this. It's kind of hard to explain.
I know what that is. It's a Avatar holographic poster.
Is it called holographic?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
I want to call it that.
That's what I thought it was called too.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. I thought it was called that too. But yeah, basically, if you're not watching, we've got Aang and Katara and Toph and Zuko, and it sort of switches between all 4 of them, but it's just one picture.
Yes.
And it's so cool because it's like, I love that it's Avatar, because Avatar is great, obviously, but I also love that it is just like structurally really interesting.
Yeah,
because I feel like I'd seen some of these where you could see 2 pictures before, but this was the first time I'd seen one where you could have 4, and they're all like pretty clear images if you look at the right angle.
Yeah.
So I was like, must have it, and I bought it, and I love it.
Yeah, I need to get one next time we go to a con.
It's so cool.
I saw some great ones. Hunter, there were some pretty great Dragon Ball ones of him going through different transformations.
Nice. Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
I also have a Minecraft fox.
Of course you do.
That my husband bought me.
Oh boy.
Of course you did.
He's my desk buddy.
Cool.
Yeah. Nice. That's it. I mean, I have lots of other stuff. I I thought about bringing a pop doll to show off, but I have.
What's your
5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
do you have
10,
one
11,
do you have one you want to show?
56, 78, 89, 20, 21, 22. I have 23. So I didn't want to like pick one. I have one. I'll be right back. I'm gonna show this one.
Okay, should I talk while we're waiting on her? Or?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
It's stuck to my shelf.
Okay.
Because the reason it's stuck to my shelf is my sister-in-law Ashley. It's a Niffler from the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Yeah, but she made out of clay like a little briefcase with a bunch of like gold coins in it. But it's made out of clay, so I think it's fused to my shelf. But it's pretty cool. And then
I believe it.
Yeah. It's tricky because we have also so many different things represented, so it's not like I could just be like, oh yes, I have all of the members of the Fellowship of the Ring in pop doll form. It's not that. We have only 3 of them, and like a bazillion other things.
That's cool. We'll get into styles of collecting later.
Yeah.
But let's move on to Hunter.
Yeah.
Well, they've got a few things they want to display, show off.
And Hannah, speaking of Ashley, a few years ago she made me, for my birthday, one of my favorite items. It's kind of a replica of a very specific, I don't remember if this was an actual like legendary or exotic weapon in Destiny, but it's a hand cannon from Destiny 2 or Destiny 2, whichever. And I really liked it. I thought it was really cool because I was going for making a cosplay that year, and I wanted to kind of do a mix of like Assassin's Creed and Hunter from Destiny, and so I wanted this gun. I was just so happy with it.
Yeah.
I thought
apparently we should have had Ashley guest star on this one.
We should have.
That would have been a great idea.
Yeah, but you try getting her a time where she's available to do anything but work. She's busy a lot, is what I'm saying.
She is.
She busy.
Yeah.
She doesn't have friends, so.
Well, she's got work.
Nobody has friends during COVID. Not really. We're all just at home by ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
And speaking of that cosplay now, just kind of going from one to another really easily, I also had an Assassin's Creed outfit that I was going for before that, and then I just kind of kept building off of it. So to do that, I had to get the gauntlet, Assassin's Creed: The Hidden Blade. This was actually this specific one is the gauntlet from, or it's one of the gauntlets from Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which I think is I want to say the 6th one, but it's really not because it's more complicated than that. It's maybe the 8th or the 9th game in the series, but yeah, this one's been pretty cool. I have 2 of them actually because I wanted to have the dual blades, but unfortunately, they only make the one kind, or the one from Syndicate. They make some from other games too, but I wanted this one, and this one, it's very specifically, if you see the fingers here, the way it's going, it's very specifically made just for the left hand. So it's very uncomfortable to wear in the right hand on my right arm. That's pretty cool. It's got some nice detail on it, surprising amount, I think, for what is basically a toy. But it's also got this little blade here that pops up, and it's loud.
So not very stealth-like.
It's not, and especially since this version, you have to actually go down and press the button, so you can't just like extend your arm and have it pop out.
It seems like being able to just make it activate by extending your hand a certain way would be dangerous.
Yeah, that's why.
Like not on the prop, but like the real one.
The chronological first use by an assassin in the games is Bayek, and the first time he uses it to kill someone is he cuts his finger off.
Oops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that happening.
I just imagine you like reaching out to pat your buddy on the shoulder and you stab them in the back.
High five. Bud.
Yeah.
Yeah. It happens, but you know. Anyways, I have a few things like that. I'm basically just showing off weapons now, I think. This is one. It's kind of big.
Ooh, it's glow.
Lightsaber
Wow.
From Star Wars.
Are you sure it's from Star Wars? It's not from something else?
And I can't remember if this one makes noise.
I was
slapping against your hand noise.
Yeah, I know. Some of them did make noise.
Yeah.
I was doing sound effects for you, Hunter.
Meow.
Maybe it does something.
I'm not as good.
I don't know. Maybe I didn't get the one that does anything. But this one's ready for battle. Like they make specific ones where you can duel other people with them who have them, and that's a big thing at like Dragon Con for part of it, which that's pretty cool. That's the main reason I got it, actually.
Yeah.
But you know, the last thing in terms of weapons is actually just kind of one that I made. It's back here on my screen. It's the Leviathan axe that Kratos uses in God of War 4. So that's one that I'm pretty proud of. Actually, my mom helped me make it a few years ago, and I think it turned out really well. But I have a couple actual like figures and stuff, things that are not violent in nature. Good. At least not on their own. So I have gotten into, I don't do it a lot because money, but occasionally I really enjoy getting collector's editions of games. Apparently mostly MMOs, and apparently, I guess technically mostly World of Warcraft, seeing as I have 2 expansions for that are collector's editions. One collector's edition of a StarCraft 2 expansion, and this one, which unfortunately the box is way too big to try to present on screen, is the collector's edition for Star Wars: The Old Republic, which I like because I get this little guy, this figure in it, and he's pretty cool. I think this is a. Dang! I knew the name, but it's been so long now. I'm sure it's in the box somewhere. But yeah. I don't know if you can see it. This is, if you're familiar with The Old Republic, this character is Darth Malgus. He shows up a lot throughout the game. He's a pretty cool character. Has a lot going on. And in terms of figures, still, I decided to show off probably, I believe it's my most recent Funko Pop figure. It's bobblehead Darth Vader being electrocuted. Which
that's great.
Very specific.
Yeah, that's very specific.
I think it's pretty cool.
Somebody was like, "We need a Funko Pop idea." I got you.
But as you can see, I have a lot of other figures right behind me. A lot of them I've gotten through. A lot of the ones that are not Funko, I got through what's it called? Loot Crate.
Loot Crate?
Yeah, I got through Loot Crate when I was doing that. That's where I got most of my collectible stuff. which it was fun for a while. Then I don't know if they're doing better now, but there was a good stretch of time where they were just annoying, and they were delivering crates like a month or two late, I think. So it was just, then you kind of loses its effect when it's supposed to be a monthly crate.
Yeah.
But actually, another one, Hannah, you said you weren't really wearing much, or maybe it was, or you don't have much to wear that's collectible, but what you got on, or maybe that was Josh.
Yeah, this is pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily collectible, but I have. Let's see if I can get a good thing for this shirt. Can you see that?
Yeah, back out just a. There you go. I see it now. Without falling out. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, that's this shirt is, I think, from, or it's supposed to be somewhat representative of the Marvel Spider-Man PS4 game that I actually have the poster of behind me. And it's specifically, the logo is for the Punk Spider-Man, or Spider-Punk, whatever they call him.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. I like it. This is a good shirt. And the last thing I have to show off, I actually ended up finding more than I thought I would, especially since I looked like 5 minutes before we started. This is something that I think is really special, that I really enjoyed. Another thing I got at Dragon Con, I'm rather disappointed because I think it probably lost a lot of value almost as soon as I got it, because it was my first Dragon Con. I didn't have a bag or anything that I could carry something around with all day, or carry anything around in all day.
First sin of Dragon
Yeah, I learned the hard way. So the first thing I had to do was fold this up and take it with me and put it in my pocket. So it's annoying, but I'm a big fan of Venture Brothers. And I went to a panel, and this was a drawing, one of the drawings that they were handing out that the artists had made. So it's just a couple of the characters from it. It's a little sketch, but I really like it. I think it's good detail. It's a very good drawing, and it's simple, but again, it's a good show. I think the characters are hilarious, and it's just something that I love. I make sure finds a place on my wall wherever I am, or wherever I live.
You got to try to frame it somehow.
Yeah. But I guess I kind of have one more like poster thing, but it's at a weird place to try to show off right now. There's not very good lighting on it.
It's cool.
Actually, I have a lot of stuff, again, mostly through.
Yeah, I have a good bit of wall art in terms of like posters, and I remembered that I think maybe I've shown them off before, but they're like almost like an ink sort of art that an independent artist has done. And we have lots of stuff like that, but yeah, I didn't want to take anything off my walls.
Yeah. I have I also Hunter reminded me of Assassin's Creed thing I have on my wall. It's the axe from 3.
I remember that. Yeah.
My friends got me for my birthday one year. It's just kind of sitting up there on some tacks, but I was like, I don't feel like reaching out to get it. But it's just kind of fun to have, like, just kind of framed on the wall there. But as for my items, a lot of things that I have are, I think I'm getting a slow collection of items that are like signed by some like the actors, voice actors, and actors and writers of things that I enjoy. One big thing here that I got last year, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this on our conventions episode, is I bought this in 2018, December 2018. And then I got it signed by Sean Schimmel. Oh, just like that, yeah. So it makes it more awesome, but I can't really wear it anymore, or I can't wash it anymore. So, but it is nice to have it signed, have him Goku to have signed a Goku jacket.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Then let's see, I have the Walking Dead Telltale game, the definitive edition with all the episodes in there, signed by Militia Hutchinson and David Fennoy.
Oh yeah,
signed
nice.
by them. Yeah, this was a good grab at the Walker Stalker convention last year.
And sorry, David Fennoy, he's the one that voices Lee, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both there. Signed it. They're very, very nice. I also have a weapon. I have Sting.
Yeah, I know that.
How do
I know that blade.
I have Sting. Yes.
The short sword.
Yes, I have Sting. I bought
it's probably longer than it's supposed to be, but
I feel like it is. Yeah.
It's supposed to be a in like Lord of the Rings like lore. It's actually about like the size of a letter opener.
Yeah.
But for a hobbit, it's like, oh, this is a short sword. Cool.
Yeah.
What is a hobbit doing with a knife? But yeah, I guess this is like,
if it was proportional to a human.
Yeah, for a human.
Yeah.
This is what we have to work with. It does not glow blue. I don't know how well it would do with cutting off an orc's head or killing an orc. But it's got a nice weight to it. It's got the roots, got the writing on there. I'm debating getting it if I ever meet one of the casts from Lord of the Rings, about getting it signed. But I really just need to get it for hanging on a wall somewhere. But I do like it. I actually did use it to cut open a letter that I got a few years last year. Very, very carefully, very carefully.
I should hope so.
Yeah, I was very careful. I got last year. I got Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, to sign my Batman Adventures comic that I got when I was really little, and held on to it. And I was like, oh my god, I'm going to meet Kevin Conroy. I've got to get him to sign this. This is going to complete my childhood. And I was just very it's I don't know if it'll be worth anything in the future, but it'll be safe. It'll be a nice memento.
Yeah.
And last but not least, I have another signed item. Steve Dow's signed my Halo 3, my first Halo game, which is from the Xbox 360 one. So I have this to hold on to and maybe frame someday. I don't know how I'll frame it, but I'll make sure it stands the test of time. Maybe it'll be worth something in the future.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I don't know if this is collectible, but it's something my brother had. And it's kind of left with me. It's a Sonic the Hedgehog piggy bank. It's like OG Sonic. I saw one in a Atlanta bookstore, and this is like 1993. I saw one in an Atlanta bookstore, and I was like, oh cool, there's one for sale here. I wonder how. And it was worth. It was selling for like $20 or so. So I don't know. It may be worth something might be worth something one day. Yeah. By a Sonic the Hedgehog collector, which I don't know if I want to meet them.
Well,
fair.
I have a question, Josh, because it seems like you're the only one, and Hannah, correct me if I'm wrong. It seems like you're the only one of the three of us that has actually gotten something signed by someone.
I feel like I have, but I can't remember what it was, and I don't remember like meeting anyone famous and being like, "Oh my god." I think maybe what I'm thinking is when I went to MomoCon, I went with my cousin who was like 13 at the time, and her favorite YouTuber was there. I don't think she got anything signed, but she like gave her some fan art and took a photo. I think that's like the closest I've ever gotten to getting something signed was my cousin giving fan art to one of her favorite YouTubers. I guess maybe I have a Markiplier calendar that might be signed. I don't know about that.
That might be signed.
I don't remember. It's been hanging in our closet for like 2 years now. I don't remember if it's signed or not. Yeah. But I didn't get it signed. It was more like he signed them and then like shipped them out. So
but those 4 items that I have signed, and they were it was a little pricey to get them signed, but I feel like it was worth it in the end, just to see like, okay, this is the artist has made their mark on this item that I have.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I would be down to get something signed, but I don't have anything in mind. I mean, I have a Doctor Who poster. If I could get David Tennant to sign it, I would never part with it. But, you know.
Yeah, you'd have to like put that thing in like plexiglass.
Oh yeah.
Like, it is precious to me.
Yeah.
Well, so Josh, I just have a question. If you kept track, or if you just want to give an estimate, how much would you say you have spent on getting things autographed?
Okay.
Oh Lord.
I'm just curious because, I know when I've been to Dragon Con, some people charge a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, let's see.
Doing some calculations.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm trying to remember. It's been a lot of this, like those big 4 were last year that I got signed.
I'm just glad the question isn't how much have you actually spent on merch, because my answer is pretty
I don't remember how much that sword was, but as far as the signed items, I'm pretty sure it was over 100 to get everything. It was well over 100
total
to get all of those.
Oh, total?
It was
That's
over
not
100,
bad.
probably not over 200.
That's really
Probably
not. That's really
maybe
not.
maybe not even 150.
I feel like that's one of those numbers that if you'd asked me a year ago, I'd been like, "Are you kidding me?" But now I'm like, "Yeah, right."
Well, I mean,
I can see that.
For all of those things together that you've gotten signed, that's a pretty good price. I've seen some people who probably charge, I don't know, and maybe I'm misremembering or just completely overestimating how much it was, but I feel like there are some people that would charge like that much for one signature on something.
Yeah, or that much for one picture. And I was eyeing like the ones that I was like, okay, I gotta meet them, and the price is for the price. I gotta at least meet them, and I'll have to weigh out the price for getting this autograph. I knew a picture might have been like a picture is going to be,
Is it weird that I feel like
might not be worth it.
I know it's complicated, and I know that like, if you're not wildly successful in art or in movies or whatever, that like money can be tough. But I feel like I have a hard time not losing like a teeny bit of respect for someone then they charge like $100 for a picture.
Yeah.
It's you're not really that big of a deal, I promise you.
Well, yeah, I mean, are you going to charge? Go ahead, Hunter.
Well, so I was going to say, I mean, I feel that way, and Hannah, maybe this is what you were starting to say, or maybe it's where my mind went when you started to say it, but I feel like if there's someone that is getting a lot of work and really popular, I think it's ridiculous for them to charge so much.
Yeah, and I understand that, like, I mean, there could be something to be said for like they're trying to weed out people who aren't like if you're at a con, like you only have a limited amount of time, and they're like, okay, we need to like limit how many people are gonna stand in this line, so therefore we'll charge. But like, yeah, like if Robert Downey Jr. was somewhere and charging $100 per picture, I'm like, you don't need money, dude.
Oh yeah, he would.
I mean, I would.
You don't need money. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure a lot of that goes to the con of like they're getting a chunk of that too.
Well, possibly. I mean, you also have to consider: is it actually going to the con? It's probably going just to them, I imagine. Maybe their agent or someone, but I would think that's where they want to where they're able to make money that's just for them.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the logistics behind how much people really make and where the money goes and all that stuff. But like, there's a part of me that's just like, really? Really?
Yeah. A lot of them are just like, I don't really need a picture with you that bad. I mean,
if I was like somewhat like struggling or, or could be doing better and definitely not a big name, I might charge like $15 or something like that. But yeah. I don't know. But I don't know. I think maybe I'm also a little naive, possibly.
Yeah. I mean, for me, maybe I'm just a cheapskate. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, but again, like I've been to I think I only walked around like the I don't remember what they call it, like the Hall of Fame maybe or
Yeah.
whatever they call it in that like Dragon Con,
Yeah.
where the actors, the celebrities are. I think I've just walked around there like one Dragon Con, the last one. That's when I talked to Zachary Levi for like 2 seconds. Just like, hey, you want to be on our podcast? No. Okay, bye. And
Great
yeah, like
conversation.
they're, I mean, you know, I see some people and I'm just like, I mean, sure, it'd be kind of cool to get a picture or something, but I'm not gonna pay you like $80 for one
No.
thing. It's like that's
No,
stupid.
sorry. That
They're
was
not that important to me.
Val Kimmer last year's con. This is like, I'd like to meet you, but that means standing in a long line, and then I mean, I feel like they're more they want people that are going to take a picture or get an autograph, and it's just not it doesn't. I'm not going to pay that much.
Yeah, and I mean, to me, it's just like, I don't know, maybe I'm very desensitized to celebrities, but it's like, I mean, to me, it's like these are just people that are good at their job, like, and they're just a person. I don't see a reason to pay you excessive amounts of money to put your name on something that I have. It's like, but that's me. I know, again, a lot of people also go for resale on collectible items, you know, just like you were saying. For me, I usually get stuff when I'm like, I want this. This is something that I'm going to have enjoyment out of, and I don't really care for someone else's name on it. But yeah, again, I know it's just a whole thing that varies from person to person.
Yeah.
So
has
something
their own
celebrities
style.
that are cooler about it than others. Like, I mean, Zachary Levi was, I mean, he was okay. I think he knew by this point he had a big enough name that he could charge more. But like,
also, him and the con probably knew that. Okay, we got Zachary. We can get a lot of money out of him, and of course, he knows he's he knows he's worth a lot too.
Yeah, I definitely don't think I'm into getting things signed, and therefore, so like your jacket that you have signed is really cool, but like I don't think that's something I would want to do just because I want to wear the jacket, and that's to me more important. But if it was something like a poster or a picture, that's totally something I would be like, yeah, sign my poster, because it's just gonna go on my wall anyway. Right? Like it doesn't lose value or functionality because you signed it. Right? So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, and a lot of it's like, you know, it wasn't it's not something I think I would wear I was actually going to be wearing all the time anyway. So I was like, oh,
yeah. So like my game theory jacket is one of my favorite jackets, and I wear it all the time. And so I guess it'd be cool to have Pat sign it, but but I want to wear it and like wash it because it needs to be washed sometimes, and things like that. So
everyone has their style of collecting.
Technically,
nice segue.
I think I technically have one thing, and I'm going to ruin your segue. I technically have one thing I believe that's actually got like that's actually signed, but it's it's signed by two of my cousins. They played basketball, so I got a shirt and I had them sign it because the shirt was too small for me anyway. I'm like, here, why don't you guys sign this? It'll be cool. And I mean, I still have to just hold on to it.
Yeah.
Cool.
I should have done that. Darn it. Oh well.
But I'm sorry, Josh.
Well, I was just more so opening up the floor to talk about styles of collecting. Like, I know both of you love your Funko Pops.
Maybe.
I think back in the day it was more so action figures, and I have a friend that collects like action figures still, like and just kind of keeps them in decent condition, just keeps them in a space where you can kind of access them later.
And I want to say that the only reason I have 23 Funko Pops is because I'm married, and so some of them are mine and some of them are my husband's, and we bought some for each other. If I was single, I probably wouldn't have that many, but but we have a lot, and we've actually had many discussions about what we call like going deep or going wide with our purchases. which I think plays a lot into our style in terms of like, do we want to just get every member of the Fellowship of the Ring and have all 9 of them, not 7, 9, like on a shelf together, right? Or do we want to do a variety of things? And that's where we've gone. So we've got some stuff from Harry Potter, some stuff from some anime and video games and Lord of the Rings and like all of this different stuff. Star Trek, we got 2 Star Trek ones. And so we generally get things like that, and then wall art, and occasionally a piece of clothing, but none of it really matches because it's all Doctor Who and Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings and just Disney, just a little bit of everything, honestly.
Yeah. So just to kind of several, not sticking to like one, having some brands stick out more than others, but having a kind of a mix and match.
Yeah, and it's more of like picking our favorite characters. So like we have a couple Disney ones, and we have like Edna from The Incredibles, and Remy from Ratatouille, and Mushu from Mulan, and like those are our Disney ones.
Yeah.
But those are all like characters that we really love. So it's not like we're going to have a shelf with all of the Disney princesses. It's not that we're getting all of a type. It's more that we're getting lots of different things that I think represents us better.
Yeah,
I mean, I agree. That's the kind of thing I like to do. I also like, again, as I had mentioned earlier, on occasion, I like getting collector's editions of things. And one reason that I tend to go for collector's editions of some World of Warcraft expansions is because one thing that they have that I really enjoy, just to look at every once in a while, is they have an art book in there. So this is an example of one of them that just, has a lot of their artwork through this. And, for each one, they're pretty cool. So it just has a lot of neat stuff. And I wanted to get the new one, but I didn't really think about it until like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and the expansion comes out next week. So I'm like, it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah. No, can't do. So you're definitely more of a pops. You said games, Hunter.
Yeah.
You said pop figures, games.
I kind of like just different things that
clearly weapons.
If I'm on stream, apparently weapons. I didn't even think about that before, but definitely I got a lot of posters too. Things I can put on my wall.
Yeah, that's why I kind of made the category wall art.
Yeah.
Like we have photos and posters and art and like all sorts of things. Yeah.
What about you, Josh?
I've been dabbling a little bit in a few things, definitely collecting comics and games. I think one day I'd like to get some choice like movie props. I think it'll be fun to have those. I know that would be probably a lot of money, and probably need a lot of space to do it the right way.
Probably.
I have seen people have things like that. I'm wondering like how much did that all cost them, and hopefully they don't have any. I don't know if I'd keep it all right there, but I think it would be nice. It would be cool to have certain things, and definitely in kind of a mix and match thing. I don't want every single thing. Just some things that I like. Oh yes, I have to have that.
Yeah, I personally think it might be more like socially acceptable to go to spread your net wide in terms of the things you collect instead of doing all of one type. Because I just imagine, like if you walk into a room and you're like, oh wow, look at all the nerdy stuff. Like that's one thing. But if you walk into a room and like everything is Lord of the Rings, you're just kind of like, you have a problem.
Are you okay?
Yeah, like if you just have a themed room around Lord of the Rings, you'd be like I love Lord of the Rings too, but clearly on a different level. And then they like start speaking in Elvish, and you're like, I'm just gonna go. They're like, Lamnes bread, and you're like, bye.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Feel like spreading the net wide is the safe route to make you less like a crazy person.
Yeah. Yeah, several things. And it does add up. I know there are definitely some high price collectibles out and about. There's let's see, you got things such as comics, games, posters, action figures, cards, which I was talking to the lady who runs the comic shop in Dublin, and she was ordering something for me, and she was mentioning that these Magic players spend like a lot of money, like probably over $1,000 on a Magic deck, and it comes with like a fancy box or something. I don't play.
Yeah,
Magic
I've been
myself.
watching. I've been watching people do like Pokemon card pack openings, looking for rare and valuable Pokemon cards, which go for like, $2,000 or whatever.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Fun fact: there is a holographic Charizard card from like the early, from like the 90s that went for $67,000.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
It's always Charizard too. Like Charizard's not that great, you guys.
You have a lot of fans that are ride or die.
There's like 800 Pokemon or something.
Yeah,
but let other Pokemon be cool.
But then again, it's also a thing where you got people that will spend money on getting that pack. They don't get a card they want, and they'll go out and do the same thing to get to try to get their chances of getting that. They'll also do that for comics as well, getting a variant cover. Which is kind of like winning the lot, which is kind of like playing the lottery for them.
Is it like a misprint, or is it like a purposefully done? Like this one's different.
Yeah, it's purposefully done. Yeah, makes it. And you have some of these editions come out, and they're like, people say, "Oh, I got this one. Oh, wow, that's one of the rare ones. That's gonna," and then that ends up fetching a lot of money somewhere down the line because someone has to have it.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad I'm not that into stuff. Like I'm just sitting here wearing my Hufflepuff scarf with my Minecraft fox, and I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, we just want our choice items,
I mean,
want this one, that one, not everything. I don't need a whole separate house.
Well, I guess for me, like there would be something cool with having something that's like original or unique or something like that, but it's just not. I don't think ever going to be worth that much to me.
I mean, I just like things that I can decorate like my room with, and I want it to be not anything like you're saying, not like all one thing, but kind of varied. That way it kind of more reflects my interests and stuff.
Yeah. Things that really like make you happy, things that you want people to know. People know that, I know Hunter likes Assassin's Creed, so, and of course he would have a replica of the apple on their wall.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Stuff like that. Action figures are another big one. I meant to mention the comics. Do you guys know how much the first issues for Superman, Spider-Man, and Batman are worth?
Oh gosh, I don't think I want to know.
They're at millions. Yeah, millions. Yeah, but they're the first edition, so I think it's more so it's just historical.
Congrats to whoever owns that, I guess.
Yeah, just trying to save all the first editions that they can, so they can have that to show people in the future. I read that I think this is from Mental Floss that Atari games go for a lot of money. I don't know I know video games seem like they're kind of down
honestly
nowadays.
Honestly, I feel like that's true for a lot of like old games, because we have a Super Nintendo that we got from my grandparents, because we used to play it at their house all the time, and we've looked for Super Nintendo games, and they can be really expensive, especially some of the ones that are harder to find. So like I think Super Mario RPG is one of them that like was pretty expensive, because like nobody knows that game exists, which is a travesty because it's a great one. But yeah, so some of those more obscure, even like Super Nintendo and Nintendo games, I think can not be $1,000, but $100 or something, which is too much for a video game in my opinion. 100 or 200, something like that
for an old video game.
Yeah, I think some of those Atari games went for a couple of thousand, like maybe like $10,000 or so.
Were any of them the buried E.T. game cartridge?
I was thinking about that too. I don't know if because I know they hit those
they buried
the rest of the world
in the desert.
I wonder. I'm sure they have some on display that are probably worth a lot of money just because they're kind of a historical landmark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing. I just did a quick Google search, and it looks like there's a Super Mario RPG that's selling for like $50-$60 somewhere around there, which is, I guess, not bad for a game. It's too much for me to pay for a game, but
yeah.
You don't buy a lot of new games, do you?
I don't.
Yeah. And they're only going to get higher from here.
Yeah.
But that's another topic.
I'm just going to buy
we'll talk about that later.
I'm just going to keep buying my like $5 indie early access games. Those are just as good.
And the ones that are always in early access and never release.
Yeah.
I've been present for a few releases of games. It's fun. It's fun to be part of that process.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Anyway.
I was going to mention it earlier, but I'm going back to action figures. I know everyone loves their Funko Pops, but action figures used to be a big thing back in the day. I think for a certain population they still are, especially for like the really old stuff. I was looking at the stuff from like original trilogy Star Wars, and like G.I. Joe. Those go for like, but there's a Boba Fett action figure that went for $3,000 just by itself. There was a Darth Vader action figure that went for $7 million.
Oof.
Yeah. And there is a G.I. Joe, like an OG G.I. Joe, that's worth $200K. So, yeah.
You could buy a house. You could almost buy a house for that.
Yeah.
Depending on the house, but yeah.
But or you could just buy that and keep it in the box and put it in a room and never touch it, never behind glass.
I guess that you could do.
Yeah. But hey, it's your money, if it makes you happy, or if you're a curator of those things and that's your job, then hey, do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I guess I might spend $67,000 on a Charizard card if I was opening like a Pokemon museum or something. But
because it's your job.
Not to just go in my house.
Yeah.
No. You can't even just whip it out and like play it if you're actually playing the game.
Yeah, no, I think I'd rather pay off my husband's student loans.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
You're a good wife, Hannah.
I try.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that'll do it for collectibles. Let us know what you guys have that you collect, or if you know any fun facts about collecting that you want to share. So yeah.
And let us know if you're the kind of people who have a dedicated Lord of the Rings room. We want to know.
Yeah.
We don't want to come over, but we want to know.
Send us video proof.
Yeah.
That would be something.
Yeah.
I feel like I know people that might have that, but I don't know.
You're probably a few degrees of separation off.
Maybe.
Yeah. So what's the topic for next week?
Well, next week is a group topic. It's no one in particular. We're all talking about games that start real life fights. So I don't remember if that's if we've narrowed that down to video games or if
I don't think we can.
Board games.
I think we have to.
I mean, I think so too, but
yeah.
So that's an interesting one. Maybe we'll get in fights there.
And then just as a heads up, the week after that we will be taking a week off for Thanksgiving. So we will have a week break.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll enjoy our Thanksgiving weekend, and then we'll be back with a few more episodes before the season finale.
Yeah. Season
finale.
I went English for.
Let's hope it's not the series finale. I don't think I went canceled. I don't know who.
Well, I went English. I went English for a second.
Season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Series 1, Series 2, Series 3.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready to leave now.
Yeah, me too. Okay.
It's starting to get weird.
All right. Anyways, Josh, you want to close us out? I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm stepping back.
Absolutely. We'll see you all next time. But until then, nerd out.
Goodbye.
Bye.